these people are like the show that you go to pretty regularly. Y'all can be wherever feels cozy. Hey folks, we're going to get going in just a couple minutes. As people are coming in, it would be wonderful to get nice and close up. It would be particularly great to fill in this inside row with people who are excited to sing tonight. Folks should sit wherever they feel comfortable with a little peer pressure to come on in. Awesome, thank you. Welcome, folks. As we're coming in, one more plug. If you see seats in front of you, feel free to migrate inwards. Come close. Our voices will sound just a little bit stronger together. Yadadambaya, yadambayo. Yadada, yadambaya, yadambayo. Yayamba, yayumbayo. Yadadambadadambaya. Yadadambaya, yadadayayo. Yambiri yadadambaya, dadambayo. Yambadaya, yadadambayo. Yadambaya, yumbado. Yadadambadadambada. Yambadayayo, yadadayayo. Ya 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 yo, ya da da ya yo, ya da da ya ya ya, yam ba da 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 ho, ya da da ya ya yo, ya da da ya yo, ya da da ya ya yo, yam ba da 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 do, ya da da ya ya yo. Ya da da ya yo, ya da da ya ya yo, ya da 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 da, ya da da ya ya yo, ya da ya yo, ya da da ya ya yo, ya da 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 da. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Welcome to our people who are physically here on 50th Street. Welcome to our people who are virtually here on YouTube and in Zoom and in spirit. I'm wondering, is there anyone here in our physical or virtual space who's here for the very first time? Welcome. Is there anyone here who's here for the first time in a long, long time? Welcome back. Okay, one more show of hands. Is there anyone here who's here to celebrate someone named Mimi for her bar mitzvah? Welcome, Marat's family. Welcome, friends. It is just such a joyous weekend. And Mimi, thank you so much for this opportunity to bring like light and life and joy into our community this weekend. We have one more, beyond celebrating Mimi, beyond celebrating Shabbos, we have one more group of people to celebrate. And to do that, I'll welcome them up to the bima to help us light Shabbat candles. You can find the words for our blessing on page 2. We give as an honor the hardest job. Little flame. Okay. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner, lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Brandon and Aldona, I have just the total pleasure of getting to bless you just on the other side of the waters of mikvah, just as you've completed your conversion journey. It has been such a joy and pleasure to watch you all grow into your Jewishness in such a beautiful and grounded way. And I just want to bless you ahead with so many other circles through the Jewish year, circles around each other, circles around the life that you bring with all of your joy, all of your spunk, and all of your creativity into this world. May the end of your conversion journey just be the beginning of so many beautiful journeys to come. Mazal tov. Thank you guys so much. We'll begin our davening together on page 12, welcoming in the words of Kabbalat Shabbat with Lechuna Ranana. I just want to point out that as a result of illness, we're down several musicians and a lead rabbi tonight, which means that we have the challenge and the total pleasure of getting to be the musicians together. I would like to invite us into the practice, the holy practice that Rabbi Ariel often notes, of singing just loud enough so we can hear each other's voices, so that we can fill this space not just with ourselves, but with the harmony of each other. We'll pick up together at the top of page 12. We'll pick up on page 14, last paragraph on the page. Zarua latsadi kuyishre simcha Zarua latsadi kuyishre simcha Light is returning, even though it is the darkest hour, no one can hold back the dawn. Light is returning, even though it is the darkest hour, no one can hold back the dawn. Zarua lasadi uyisrael simcha ulisrael simcha. We'll turn forward to page 16, 5 lines down on the page. Yiram Haya We'll continue to number 1 on your colorful sheets. Anna Bekoa Tatir Tserura Tatir Tserura Kamerina Rinatam Chasavenu Tareinu Nora Anna Bekoa Gedulat Yemincha Tatir Tserura Tatir Tserura Kamerina Rinatam Chasavenu Tareinu Nora Hi 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 ho 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 ya da da ya ya ho 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 hi 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 ho ho hi ya da da ya yo hi da da ya yo hi da da ya yo hi da da ya ya hi ya 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 da da Anna Mevo Gedulat Yemincha Tatir Tserura Tatir Tserura Kaverina Rinatam Chasavenu Tareinu Nora hi 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 ho 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 ya da da ya ya ho 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 hi 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 ho 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 ya da da ya yo ya da da ya yo ya da da ya yo ya da da ya 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 da yo. In a second, we'll sing the words of L'Chadodi. It's the tradition in our community, if you are brave on this cold night, to find your way outdoors for the last verse of the song. You can find the words of L'Chadodi on page 20 with the invitation to greet in, to bring in whatever you need on this Shabbos. Shmor b'zachor b'dibor echad Yishme'anu el hamiuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad L'shemo tiferet v'litila L'chadodi likra kala Penei Shabbat nekabela Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki mekor haberacha mirosh mikedem nezucha Sof ma'aseh b'machshava techila lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela mitas melech melucha kumitzei mitocha hafacha rav lach shevet be'emecha bacha Lechu yachamol alayich nivla lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela Hira'ari me'afar kumi Lishibing de tifar techami Ayadim yishai bet halachmi Korva el nafshi ge'ala lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela Hitareri kiva orech kumi ori uri shir daveri Kevod Adonai alayich nigla lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela Hay 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 lecha do hay 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 likrat kala hay hay penei Shabbat nekabela hay lecha hay likrat kala hay penei Shabbat nekabela lo tevoshi velo tikal Hai Umatemi Bach Yechesu Haneyam Neta Iratila Ay 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 lechado Ay 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 likakala Ay 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 Bene Shabbat nekabela Ay 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 lechado Ay 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 likat kala Ay 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 Bene Shabbat nekabela Vehayu lesisa sosai Verachaku kovenai Yahasi salai Elohai Kimsos chala Akala Ay 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 lechadot Ay 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 likat kala Ay 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 Pene Shabbat nekabel Ay 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 lechadot Ay 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 likrat kala Ay 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 Pene Shabbat nekabela Yamin uzmotifle Et Adonai Taiti Ayadish ben parts Smecha ben agil Ay 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 lechado diadada Ay 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 likrat kala Ay 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 Pene Shabbat Kene Shabbat nekabela Bohui v'shalom ateret bahala Gam besimcha ובשוכלה תוך אמונה עם סגולה בואי קלה איי 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 לך דודי אדדה איי 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 לקראת קלה איי 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 Pene Shabbat nekabela Ay 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 lechad Ay 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 likrat kala Ay 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 Pene Shabbat nekabela Ay 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 lechad dodi adada Ay 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 likrat kala Ay 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 Pene Shabbat nekabela Ay 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 lechado adada Ay 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 likrat kala Ay 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 Pene Shabbat nekabela Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We are going to move into our evening service, having Mimi carry us into our Marif. I'd invite folks to rise or root on page 28. yada da ya ya, yada da da da, yada da da da. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared?
Barehu et Adonai Hamevorah.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed Le'olam va'ed Yadadaya 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 Folks can be seated. We'll pick up on page 30. We bless here a God that brings darkness, that brings cold, that brings the changing of season into the world. Let's take one moment to reflect on a moment of being outdoors this week, of the chill in our bones and the splendor of sunlight on a 5-degree day. Taking a big breath in and out. Umavir yom umehevi laila, umavdil ben yom ben laila, Adonai tzivahot shemo, El chai v'kayam, tamyidim lo chaleinu, leolam vahen. Baruch atah Adonai, Hamari v'ravim. We turn to page 32. Calling to mind someone who brings so much love into our heart and soul. I invite you to bring that person into your consciousness, sending love, support, and care in their direction, taking a big breath in and out. Ki chem chayenu ve'orech yameinu uvehem nege yomam v'layla v'havtecha tasir mimpeinu leolamim Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael. On page 34, we'll rise or root. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Folks can be seated. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha
U'v'chol me'odecha v'hayu
hadvarim ha'ele asher Elohim mitzavecha hayom al levavecha V'shinatam levanecha v'tibarta bam v'shiftecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'derech u'shachbecha uv'kumecha u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uftartaha amizuzot beitacha uvisharecha Lema'an tizkeru v'asitem u'mitzvotai v'hitem kadoshim Elohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lehiot lechem Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem, Amen. We'll turn together to page 40. Mi chamocha ba'alim Adonai, mi kamocha neder b'kodesh, Nora tehilo, Hosefele, Nora tehilo, Hosefele, Malechutecha, Rauvanecha, Bokei hayam lifnei Moshe, Miriam Zeli Anu ve'amru Hadayim le'olam va'ed Yam badadai hayadadai hayadadadai Yam da da hi ya da da hi ya da yam ba ya da da yam ba ya da no. We'll turn together to page 42. Singing, praying, calling out for peace and for protection for us and our loved ones and all of humanity. 3 lines down on the page. Ufros aleinu sukat Shalom Echa Ufros aleinu I invite folks to rise or root on page 44. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam b'tolam v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam Beinu ben bnei Yisrael oti le'olam oti le'olam ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריתם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריתם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריתם. We'll stay risen or grounded on page 46. Moving into our Amidah, our quiet prayer, we'll begin together in song. Adonai, Sefatai Tiftach, Ufi Hagim, Tehilatecha, Adonai, Sefatai Tiftach, Ufi Hagim, Tehilatecha. Shalom Librova, Ulease Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru We'll take a moment in our service to pray for those in our lives and in our community who are in need of healing. I'll take a moment to look around the room as my eyes pass you. If you'd like to say the name of anyone that you're praying for today, we'll join up with number 2 on your colorful sheets to pray for that healing. Today we're praying for. When the world is sick, can no one be well? Well, I dreamt we were all beautiful and strong. Shabbat shalom. I'd like to dedicate this Torah tonight to the memory of my 2011 Mazda 3 hatchback, which died last Minnesota winter. A year ago, I swerved that Mazda on some ice and banged into the curb. Various indicator lights, basically all the indicator lights started flashing. Steering disabled, tires swerving. Thankfully, I just ran into the curb. No one was hurt, and there wasn't even a huge amount of damage in the car. But even after it was repaired, all of the car indicator lights stayed on. I would whisper to my car, "It's okay. Your steering is able. Your tires are unswerving." But the car permanently thought that it was out of control. I resonate with this. I suspect many of us know the feeling of fear and anxiety living in our bodies, even as an immediate danger has passed, of our indicator lights permanently blaring. I was thinking about my car and anxiety this week when I came across a bit of Talmudic debate on our Torah portion, on the nature of hope, trauma, and fear. This debate, I think, might help us answer the questions. When confronting fears, how do we avoid swerving between denial and anxiety? Who or what do we need to keep us centered in those moments? In our Parsha, we hear of two brothers, Esav and Jacob, with years of bad blood and estrangement. After decades with no contact, after stealing Esau's birthright, Jacob learns this week that in the beginning of our story that Esau is on his way. And Jacob is a little concerned. The text reports that Jacob, V'yar Yaakov meod, Jacob was very afraid. The Bible isn't good at emotions. When it says someone is very afraid, this is one of the few emotive times that we hear in the first 5 books of the Torah, which is to say, Jacob is freaking out. The Talmud in Brachot is troubled by this, by Jacob's fear. After all, just a few chapters ago, Jacob had heard God's voice tell him, Jacob, look, I am with you and I will guard you wherever you go. What the heck, the rabbis of the Talmud wonder. Why would Jacob be afraid if God had clearly told him like 3 weeks ago, don't worry about it. Jacob, I'm here with you. Like my old car, like me, Yaakov could not turn off his indicator lights, even with a promise of divine care and love. I am struck by this debate between the rabbis of the Talmud and between Jacob. And I find this dialectic in my own heart. On one side, I hear Yaakov saying, my brother is huge and mad. I've been hiding from him for decades. I am afraid. Take my fear seriously. On the other side, I hear the Talmudic rabbis, I hear God saying, it's okay, Jacob. You've survived before. You have a strong support network, human and divine. Even if this is hard, you will make it through it. Don't be afraid. I hear this debate spiraling, Jacob yelling, I deserve to be afraid in this frightening world. And God yelling back, calm the freak down. As a car slips on Minnesota ice, I feel this argument spinning out of control, and I'm left with the question, when the world is scary, like it is today, is it ever useful to hear the words, don't be afraid? Okay, everything that you've heard, everything that I've been thinking about this topic, I prepared much of this Torah a year ago, and then got here and got totally stuck, having no idea what to say about it. I was lucky today to get unstuck, and so I want to bring you out of the stuck place, out of these questions, with a bit of wisdom that comes by way of my friend Rabbi Heather Renetsky. Rabbi Renetsky directed me to a secret superhero who's been watching over and helping us from the margin of our Torah story over the last few weeks, and none of us even knew it. In this hero's story, I hear a voice who might lower our collective anxiety. We'll start at this hero's ending. Immediately after the scene we've been discussing, something strange happens. The rest of the story seems to stop in order to tell us that Deborah, Jacob's mom's servant, died. We hear that Deborah died and that Jacob buried her. The text of the Torah tells us nothing about this person. We only see her in her death and are left wondering, what's she doing here? Why is Rebecca with Jacob decades after? Why is Rebecca's servant with Jacob decades after Jacob's left his mother's home? Why is the text going out of its way to acknowledge and honor this character that it didn't otherwise see fit to describe in any way? As it always seems to do, the Midrash will come to our rescue. And so we'll rewind to before the brothers hated each other, to before they were ever born, to when their mother, Rebecca, was experiencing terrible, terrible pain in pregnancy. Sitting by her side was a servant who would hold her and who would sing to her. The same servant, Deborah, watched the birth and watched the boys so different from each other grow up. She watched as their parents fanned the flame of their rivalry. She watched as Jacob stole his brother's blessing and fled. In the text of the Torah, Jacob went into the wilderness alone, but the medieval commentator Chuzkini knew something about anxious moms. He knew that Rebecca would send her dedicated servant out after her son, and so Deborah stays with Jacob. She watches him struggle with God, with his father-in-law, with his own demons. Decades pass, and we arrive at this week, at Jacob hearing that his brother is coming fast, at Jacob shaking with fear, ready to run from his brother. According to the Midrash, Deborah steps up in this moment. She goes to Jacob, and to paraphrase, the Midrash says, "Bubala, my bubala, I have known you since before you were born. I have seen it all. I have seen your lies and your brother's rage. I have seen your strength and kindness grow, and I trust that your brother has also grown past his anger. Stay, my Babala. I know it's scary, but don't be afraid. Greet your brother. And so, Jacob doesn't run. The brothers hug and reconcile, and shortly after, the woman who had helped to raise them dies. I asked before, how do we exist in a world of fear without either losing ourselves in that fear or totally denying it? I think the answer is that we can't do it alone. We need our Deborahs, the people who see us, who know us, who honor the trauma that we've been through, and who inspire us towards change. We need to be each other's Deborahs, witnessing and whispering into being healing. The rabbis tell us this week that the Torah tells us, that God tells us not to be afraid. I do not take solace in this. I do not hear God's voice in these words. I hear God. I hear a check on my anxiety and an invitation to bravery and the gentle wisdom of those who truly know us, who truly love us, and the voice of those who truly know what we are capable of. Shabbat Shalom. We'll continue with an opportunity for a communal blessing. Friends on Zoom, if you want to start bringing our blessings down, you'll find the words of our communal blessing on the back of your colorful sheets. Hamalach hago eloti, Hamalach hago eloti mikora, Uivarech et haneharim, ve'yikra vehem shemi, V'shem avotai, V'shem avotai, Avraham v'yitzchak, v'yigdu la'arov, v'yigdu la'arov, b'kerev ha'aretz. Yismechem Elohim kesara kerivka kerachel uchelea, Ke'Ephraim v'chi Menashe, Yivarechecha Adonai v'yismarecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha, Shalom. Yedadai, 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 Ya ya da da ya ya da ya ya da da ya da ya. May there always be enough blessings for every child. May we all be seen and understood in our real fears. May we all have many Deborahs in our life. May you be the correct amount of afraid. May we all find the people we need to inspire us to do what we need to do. May we take time to hear and thank the Deborahs in our lives. May we trust in our Deborahs and the Deborahs and be the Deborahs to others. May people find better ways to comfort each other. May we learn our way out of our fears one at a time. May we continue to know and love and see each other and tell each other so. May we be able to heal from trauma. May our indicator lights go on at the right time and off when they are no longer needed. May we work towards a world with fewer threats and less fear of difference. May we find the bravery to speak to our pain and the concerns we have. May we be open to the ideas that we can grow and learn, and others can too. May we actually be safe when we're told we're safe. Ken Yehi Ratzon. Yada die, yada die, yada die. Yada die, yada die, yada die. Yada die, yada die, yada die, yada dum. We'll begin to put a seal on our service. I invite folks to rise or root on page 284. Ki Adonai ki Hua Elohim, V'hashevot, elevavecha, Ki Adonai, Hi Elohim, Folks can be seated. In a moment, we'll say the words of Mourner's Kaddish together. We've had a tradition in this community for the past 14 months of singing a reprise of the words of Oseh Shalom, which you can find on page 62 at this moment in our service, as a way to continue remembering, to continue to be inspired to move towards peace in this world, and as an acknowledgement that we don't have the capacity to read the names of everyone who died on October 7th and who has died since then in Israel, in Palestine, in Gaza over these last 14 months. These words are not enough, and yet they give us the reminder and the nudge to, on the other side of Shabbos, to continue working towards ceasefire and towards peace. Oseh Shalom Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Today we're remembering the following folks. If you hear the name of someone that you knew and love, feel free to raise your hand and I'll find you with a microphone. I'll be reading the list of names of people who have died in the last 30 days and a list of names of folks who have died at this time in previous years. We're remembering Dr. Fillmore Rodich, uncle of Jerry Katz and Ravi and Charlie's great uncle.
My Uncle Phil was married to my dad's sister, and he was just the funniest guy I'd ever met. He always had something witty to say, and he was always he was a kind and welcoming and endlessly entertaining person, so I'll miss him.
We're in the yahrzeit, the anniversary of the death of Marvin Astrin, Ori Wasserberg's grandfather, Evelyn Brooke, Eric's grandmother, Robert Burden, Shara's grandfather, Sharon Deutsch, Tracy's mother.
My mom was a great mom who always helped me to see the bright side in a moment, and I think she would have wanted us all to hold our loved ones close and remember the good things every moment of every day.
Elizabeth Beth Dvork, David's mother. Dorothy Eisner, Marion Eisner's mother. Jordan Freeberg, Shay's brother. Jim Hyman, Tema Shankman's husband and beloved member of Shir Tikva. Ben Kalin, Jeremy Kalin's grandfather. Naomi Kastenbaum, beloved member of Shir Tikva. Louis Kisner, Leslie Carafelli's grandfather. Alex Keller, Peter Keller's mother and Emmett's grandmother. Benjamin Levette, Dana Bennis's grandfather. Betsy Luchin, Joanna's mother. Freya Mayer, David McCarthy's grandmother. Lois Joy Miller, James's mother. Peter Montgomery, beloved member of Shir Tikva. Nechama Pink, Joel's daughter.
Shabbat Shalom, my Zoom friends. Nechama, it's actually her birthday and her yahrzeit. She would be 27. And I have a baby book for her. And in memory, we had her baby naming and her funeral pretty much together. And some friends of ours donated money for a bench in the children's garden in Jerusalem.
Benjamin Pollock, Rachel's brother.
Ben had an infectious smile and a wonderful laugh, and he could turn any situation into something everyone would laugh at. And there was actually there's a few very good moments of this that my mom tells better than I do. But there is a reference to a joke in our family that ends with, "and his butt fell off." And Ben would just pull that line sometimes in situations where it didn't necessarily make sense, but it diffused everything.
Helen Resnick, Michael's mother. Walter Schnick, Rachel Royblatt's stepfather. Irving Siegel, Diane Siegel's father. Nancy Stern, Steve Greenberg's dear friend. Bay Suckerman, beloved member of Shir Tikva. Kathy Turk, Mary Turk's sister. Louis Worm, Ellen Stetner's grandfather. Brenda Weisman, Robert Weisman's mother. Mira Woods, Kelsey Casey's wife. Is there anyone else that would like to bring a name forward?
Emiliano Enriquez.
The yahrzeit for my grandmother, Gail Holt, is next week, but I'm not going to be able to be here, so I wanted to share a favorite memory of her. She was a very particular woman. She did not like to do or eat things that she did not want to do or eat. And once when she was visiting my family, my parents decided that they were going to take her to like this very upscale, fancy, raw food restaurant. And she ordered her food, and she got it, and she took one bite, and she said, "Oh, that is not for me," and pushed it away and didn't eat anything else. And I loved that about her.
Yesterday was the 11th yahrzeit of my best friend from middle school, Ethan Greenberg, and just keeping him in my memory. A lot of good times with him, and I almost blinked and missed that it was his yahrzeit. So just happy I paused and double checked.
I'll invite folks to rise and body your spirit. You can find the words of Mourner's Kaddish on page 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah Be'alma divrach chirute ve'amlich malchute. Bechayechon uvyamechon uvchaye dechol Beit Yisrael. Bagala uvizman kari v'imru amen. Yehe shmei rabba mevarach leolam almei almaya. Yit barach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitale v'yithalal shemei dekutsha brechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Damiram be'alma v'imru amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru. Amen. Folks can be seated. I'd like to invite Julie Jacobs up to give some announcements.
Hi, everybody. My name's Julie Jacobs. Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to Shir Tikva. And to those of you Floridians who are here, sorry about the weather. It's obviously hit or miss right now. It's a joy to be together. Thank you all for being here. At the end of services, please return your prayer books to the usher table and take the song sheets out of them. Mazel Tov to Miriam Ratz. I'm becoming B Mitzvah tomorrow. Thank you to all of those who made tonight possible. Rabbi Joey, Gordon, Eric, the Makom Minyan, me, and Lori Sweet. Thank you to our usher, Lorraine Luger, Shomrim Davy Beam, and Rondi Atkin, my best friend, and security for your steady presence. And thank you to the families who are hosting the Oneg in honor of Mimi's Bat Mitzvah tomorrow. Find all of our Shir Tikva programming updates in our weekly e-news and on the website. A reminder that the community is here to support you, so reach out to the rabbis so that they can activate the Shir Tikva network of support. Next week is going to be a mask recommended service. Hanukkah is coming. We will mark the holiday in a variety of ways, including traditional practice of lighting a menorah, eating Chinese food, and watching Inside Out on December 25th. Inside Out 2. If you're interested, please register by the end of next week. It's a really good time. Thank you.
One more quick word. We have an opportunity to learn with Hagar Schwartz, who's the West Bank editor of Haaretz, on this coming Sunday on Zoom. Hagar is going to be speaking with our very own Noam Lekach Rosenberg. They are good friends, very funny, and giving over some really important information and wisdom about the life and situation of folks in the West Bank today. It is at noon on Sunday on Zoom. I would love to invite up Mimi and the Goldfarb twins, if you are in the house, for a formal presentation, a passing of the Kiddush Cup from the most recent B Mitzvah kids to the P Mitzvah kids to come.
Miriam, we are so excited to welcome you into this community as an adult. You are a great classmate and a loyal friend. We're up here to present you with your Kiddush Cup, and we look forward to having one more Jewish adult in class. Mazel Tov.
Murat's family, if you want to come up, we'll close the service with Kiddush and Motzi. You can find the words of the Kiddush on page 5. If you want to grab this glass and hold it up.
Do not blow up again.
Okay, we'll sing on 3, 2, 1. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Barei Peri Hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kichane b'mitzvotov v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishi ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh zecher letziat mitzrayim Kivanu v'charta v'otanu kidashta im kol hamim v'shabbat kodshecha ve'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch ata Adonai mekadesh ha-Shabbat.
Want to finish it?
No.
Is it wine or grape juice?
Grape juice.
Oh, okay.
We'll bless challah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz v'terei havon. So many blessings to you all tomorrow. Mimi, thank you again so much for leading our services and for bringing just joy and goodness into this community. We'll close in song. Please stick around to enjoy Oneg. Yam bada ya 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 ya, yam bada da ya ya da da, yam bada da ya yam ba ya da da yam ba, yam bada da ya yam ba, yam bada da ya ya da da, yam bada da ya yam ba ya da da yam ba ya da da, yamba ya da da. Yamba ya da da, yamba ya da da, yamba ya da da, yamba da da ya ya, yamba ya da da, yamba ya da da, yamba da da ya yamba da da ya ya da da, yamba da da ya yamba ya da da, yamba da da ya. Yambada yambada ya ya da da yambada ya yamba yamba ya da da yamba yamba ya da da 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 yamba ya Shabbat shalom, everyone.